for me, I had some gaps in life as far as parental guidance, and so church was kind of fulfilling for me because there was people that actually cared for me at church and people that showed what love was. Funny story is, when I was younger, two of our current members were a part of my life when I was younger, which was Chris Miller and Steve Bowie. Both of them were actually two influential men in my life. I went and lived life like anybody else, and selfishly, I didn't go to church as often. But when we got together and we started blending our family, we made the decision to try True North. When I first walked into the premises, and first person I got to see was Steve Bowie after so many years of missing and not seeing him. That was kind of almost like a staple in my life to just be like, there was a purpose. God had a purpose for me then. And then, of course, walking in the door, I look down and I see Chris Miller. he was in the building as well. And I just knew then that, this whole time God had a plan for me. And even though I didn't get to see it then, he knew.
My whole life, I just felt like it was something I had to do, not that I chose to do. So my faith started to feel that way, like this was a checklist of church days I'm supposed to attend, and this is how I get to heaven. But I always felt like there was a piece missing, like the passionate relationship with Jesus. The Lord must have known we were going to be there, because I cried the first 6 months of every service because the Lord was speaking to me, and this is where we needed to be. And I just felt like the Lord put us there. There's something for each of us. We have 3 boys. They're all different ages and different stages of life. And I just felt like it really fed our spiritual needs.
So it took a lot of soul searching. It took a lot of honing in on what my life really should be after making mistakes, telling myself that this can't be it. There's got to be more to it. And to now know that this is our base. God in our home, God in our lives, God in our everyday emotions is our base. And that's what we build off of, whether it's sports, especially with the 3 boys that we have, whether it's just going out and just being a family wherever we are. It's important that God's been our base, and it's important for our family because it definitely gives us a streamline as to how we're going to purposely move forward in our children's lives and how we're going to purposely move in our community as well. So
it doesn't take perfect people to do God's work. All of us have stories. So there was a time where I get emotional where I just felt unworthy to do God's work because of my past and things that, sins. But being at True North, it's shown me that our history isn't our story. It's not over.
Every time we sit there, we look around and there's hundreds of people sitting around us, and we're all receiving the same message, but some way or another, Steve finds a way to just talk to you. And so I know I find myself, and she knows, she'll tell you because she's always holding my arm during service. She knows when things really touch me because I get these chill bumps. And that's just my way of knowing that I'm receiving what God's speaking right now. And so for me, that's my motion of saying, take it in. And one of the special words that Steve says is, don't miss this. And I'm getting them now, but it's one of those things where I know that that's probably what I need to take in today. Even though we have such a huge church, you still have that availability to feel that one-on-one connection to the Word. And that's what it is. We just find a way to make a big church small. And when we use small groups, whether we do that, or if you just come in and you talk to multiple people that know you personally, that just kind of helps us make the church a smaller area. And so for me, it's fulfilling knowing that I can still have that one-on-one connection with God through Steve or through any other pastor or here. It just allows me to receive what I know is kind of like, this is what you need to do this week. So
I agree.